how's it going? Alright, so I've watched this episode quite a few times. Kakuna. So, like, just yesterday, Dyph released Kakuna versus Metapod. Now, going into it, I thought Kakuna was gonna win, and okay, before you watch this, watch the video, understand that, watch the whole thing. I thought Kakuna was gonna win, so you go watch that. I'll give you a moment. Alright, we're fine now. Okay, so the winner of that one was Kakuna, but I decided to look into the matchup a bit, and I think that I may have been wrong with my prediction right there, and that the episode is wrong too. So I started looking through, and firstly, the arguments that Dyph made was that Metapod would fall down upon a gust of wind hitting him, which would spill out its innards and pretty much kill him. Well, that would be if he was knocked down. A gust of wind would not knock down Metapod. In the Pokemon anime, you see gusts of wind while Metapod is sitting there and it doesn't fall over. You see him in Pokemon Stadium. You see him getting hit by boulders, and it's like, whatever. Like, it gets entirely crushed by these boulders, but then it just squishes back up, and it's like, what just happened? Whatever. So, this made me think, would the Metapod actually lose to Kakuna? They're like, oh, Kakuna has a stinger, right? Yeah. Has a poison barb, but Metapod's ability Shed Skin completely negates any poison, which makes that completely useless. So, let's let me explain. Let me explain what I think. So, between the two, let's start off with mobility. Repeatedly in Pokédex entries, Kakuna is stated to be almost incapable of moving or only capable of moving slightly. In the anime, this is further proven by them not really moving all that much. Just sitting on trees and all that. However, in the manga, they are seen to be moving. Very rarely, however. Looking at the speed stat as well, that's a 35. Metapod speed stat is also... Oh, Metapod speed stat is 30. However, it is shown in the anime and the manga that it is well capable of moving. It will move if it wants to. It'll tackle and all that fun jazz. And so basically, judging from how both Pokemon work, while Kakuna may have the higher speed set, Metapod is more likely to begin moving than Kakuna in a fight. Which brings me on to the next point. How could Metapod kill Kakuna? Well, let's look at the two. So Kakuna, according to Pokédex entries, when it's initially in its shell, it's the inside is hard, but the outside is soft. And then as the inside gets softer, the outside gets harder. However, with Metapod, it instantly has a steel hard shell, allowing for Metapod to technically completely destroy Kakuna's shell early on with a tackle. You may think, oh, Kakuna could just use Harden and withstand that. Metapod can also use Harden. Also note, their Hardens were able to take giant flying boulders. And last I checked, I believe steel is harder than boulders. So even then, getting hit with a air shell that could withstand boulders by a steel object is gonna mess you up really bad. It's gonna leave some dents in that shell, gonna mess up the insides of Kakuna. Especially with that, if you look at Metapod's like build, you see it has like horns all over, which means those things could dent and spear into the shell. That's like a steel spearhead. That's all I got. So personally, I believe that Metapod would beat Kakuna in a fight with this given evidence. While Kakuna may be resistant to bug, Metapod just has the realistic tools to take down Kakuna.
So yeah.